Holgate. Again, some good work in the tackle from China, and they have the penalty. The Chinese players want the ball quickly, and the Philippines team march back 10 metres. Jason Lynch. So the Philippines players weren't sure of where the offside line was. It's welcome back to Di Rees. Di, great to have you back.
Hi Mike, good to be back in the air-conditioned room, yeah. It's reaching some temperatures out there now.
Some good linking work here from the Chinese team. Out to Chen Kai-wen. Oh, took his eye off the ball there. Liu Chao. So Philippines chance to break out. Oh, breaks down though. It's Tim Young who's out there for one of the first times this tournament.
Tense first 4 minutes, Mike. The temperatures are reaching 34, 35 degrees out there now. It's the midday sun. It's real tough conditions, but real pressurized first 4 minutes.
Just to talk you through the plate semi-finals, it's Philippines and China, and then we have Singapore, Malaysia coming up next for the plate competition. Oh, lovely snipe away from the base of the scrum. He's got round Lynch too. In fact, it's Holgate who was beaten on the outside. So first blood to China in this cup semi-final. I think it's Feng Li Wei. Just do a number check on his way back.
First try of the match, scored by China.
Liu Chao.
I believe with conversion to come.
Hydration is very important in this environment, Di.
Hugely important both during the game and pre and post. Depleting, taking a 20%, 25% of your ability to perform out of the game. So huge as they build through and work towards the finals at the end of the day.
So 7-0 to China. Wang Juan Hua to restart. Oh, a bit of doubt on who was taking that ball. Wolf finally goes back and then smashes somebody in the tackle because he's frustrated he couldn't get that ball. Holding on from Jake Letts, so another try scoring opportunity here for China. Just a minute to go in the first half. Here's Chen Kai-wen. A nice clean quick ball to Feng. Oh, and right thing from Feng, but just the timing on the run from Wang Wei stopped in his tracks. Yeah?
My China possesses some great athletes right across the board at the moment, but that's a great example of why they just can't step up to the semi-final slots. They're probably up there with the top four teams in this competition, but lack that composure and final execution.
It's a pretty scruffy line-out throw from Let, so it falls into Chinese hands. They look to go blind. Littlewood will come back for the not straight at the line-out, so China with a chance to blow this lead out to 2 tries to 0 if they can touch down just before half-time. There's the half-time hooter. So Feng will put the ball into this scrum. In fact, it's Liu Chao, and Feng is at first receiver now. A little untidy at the set piece, so another shot here for Liu Chao. Not too deep in their formation, the Chinese backs. Wolf gets his boot to it to slow it down yet once more, but China won't be too concerned. They've got their hands on the throat of the Philippines here.
Big play here. Philippines need to defend this, going to take themselves into the second half of the chance. Big play both ways.
Looking for support, and he gets it too. China under the shadow of the posts here at half-time. Again, another penalty, holding on, and surely Aaron Littlewood must be thinking in terms of yellow cards at the breakdown. We saw this Philippines team yesterday giving away a lot of penalties at the breakdown.
Frustrating. They tend to focus on keeping the continuity away.
Feng Li Wei with a quick tap. He's a jinky jivey runner. Has he got downward pressure? Yes, he has. So reward for China just before half-time. It's Feng Li Wei with the touchdown and the conversion to come.
Critical score. Philippines in it to play for second half, but that's a big score just on half-time. Taking the score away to 12-0 and probably 14.
So successful.
They have the conversion. It's 14-0 at half-time. China over the Philippines.
We enter the half-time with China leading the Philippines by 14 points to 0.
Yeah.
When Hong Kong won the Rugby World Cup sevens in 3 years, and they make the movie, you know who to go for, right?
That's right, yeah. Olympic gold.
Yeah. Well, it's a mountain to climb here for the Philippines. 14 points down, 7 minutes to go.
So we're ready for the second half.
What we're seeing, Mike, already in this temperature as well, there's this huge swing second half in games, or just to take a team away or to bring a team back in. Philippines can hold in there now. Crossing, there we go, there's the break that might help the Philippines pull themselves back straight into this game early in the second half.
Waheni takes it quickly.
And
of course, Liu has to get himself back 10 meters. He did very well there, sort of shadowed the runner, although Littlewood's having none of it. He did influence Waheni's line, so they'll come back for that penalty. Feng Li Wei there, I thought he found his way through. Some nice footwork, but Philippines on the attack now. Their chance, Jason Lynch. Up to Holgate. He's dragged down just inside the 22. Sean Lynch gets it out to Andrew Wolf, who finds the ball over the back of his head. So a little knock on both ways. Scrum, China. There's such a logjam in the middle of this Asian 7 Series table, isn't it? The competition is so close between teams ranked number 4 to number 9 or 10, really. It's great.
You know, the Philippines, China were up in the top 4 for season before last, but it's an indication, Mike, of the strength in Asian rugby and how people countries investing in their sevens programs, and as a result, the top 8 now, there's some good quality stuff being played. But disappointing control there by the Philippines. They had an ideal opportunity to pull themselves back into this game in the first minute of the second half.
Waheni has some sort of gold medallion hanging around his neck, so he's had to throw that away over the sideline. The lucky charm's gone. Hopefully that won't affect his performance too much. Good competition at the scrum, but China do get it back. Feng. Floppy pass, that one.
This is where, you know, you can see the set play being implemented by China, irrespective of what happens with the defence. And I think this is the thing that, you know, doesn't take them to the next level. Like, trying to play a narrow side that didn't exist, back into traffic, and then a wild pass. And, you know, at a time where they should be controlling the game 14-0 up, just pushing the ball through the hands to their speedsters out wide. And this is why I think, but this is a young team. This is a young China team, a new team. I'm sure they'll work hard with them over the next 6 months to a year under the new management team to get those kind of errors out of their game.
So an important play here for the Philippines. Let's gets the ball cleanly to Holgate. Sean Lynch, who's a strong runner. Outside break to Kenny Stern, I think that is, out in the wing. Lynch with a little interference there from a Chinese hand. And Timothy Young, Vincent Young decides to probe with a kick. Waheni is taken out after he's kicked forward. So what will we see here? A timeout. I think the ball may have been going dead, so this will be an interesting call. Vincent Young with an interesting kick there, and Waheni chasing it. Full-blooded run to the line, had to tow it ahead. Was the Chinese player within his rights to tackle him, assuming that Waheni may grab possession?
I don't think a penalty try would be awarded. I think that you'd award a penalty try, maybe. Interesting. Don't think it was a certain try being scored because of the kick ahead. Yes. Certainly a yellow card and maybe a penalty, I would say, Mike, but I'd say pretty harsh if it's a penalty try. But it is a penalty try.
Well, high drama here. So seven points available. Yes, the conversion goes over, so 14 points to 7.
It's the breaks you need as players and coaches. Decisions like that go for you. It's great. And they got 2 minutes now playing against 6 guys. And as we said earlier in the half, these second halves in this heat can swing on a decision, on a poor decision by the player to take the man out when it was a...
Always a hard decision as a defender, isn't it? You're never sure whether the guy's going to grasp the ball with his hands, tow it ahead, and obviously timing's crucial there too. So China down to 6 men. Kai Wen grabs the kick off Fung.
Critical that China hold on to the pressure now.
Here. Smothering defence.
Yeah, great pressure by the Philippines. This is the name of the game now, Mike, is that the Philippines need to pressurise the ball. They need that ball back in hand as quickly as they can. Great play by China now.
Getting it into space. On to the ball. Good attack. Oh, again, just hands not ready for the catch. I don't know, sometimes you just think they lack a readiness. Yeah. Chao Jiang not ready for the pass. Lovely little ball from Jiang Ni Wei.
1 minute into the sin bin, and the Philippines are going to get an opportunity to attack off this scrum. 7 versus 6. Big play for the Philippines.
Unopposed at scrum half here, Let's, as the Chinese scrum half falls back into the back line. So Holgate. Now it's Stern. Sean Lynch. Oh, and the ball pops out of his hand. So advantage China. Big strong tackle from Jake Letts. Tackling above his weight there, Letts.
Well, I think now China have done enough in terms of holding on to possession for these 2 minutes, and I'm sure they'll be back to full complement.
Advantage here for China too, so they'll take this one quickly, surely. In fact, no, they won't, of course. They'll slow it down, punt for touch, and sap up the clock.
And good decision as well, mate.
Welcome back Liu Guanjian in about 30 seconds. He's strapping forward.
Lynch unfortunately turning the ball over at a critical attacking moment for the Philippines, with China down to 6 men. So
yeah, now he's back, Liu, so back to 7 China. They managed to escape that one without giving away any more points, and just in time for a line out 10 meters out from the Philippines line. Just a shortage of balls here at the Hong Kong Football Club all of a sudden. That one going on to the racetrack down at this beautiful Happy Valley setting. And it's not what we need in the hot sun to wait for 30 seconds, but the ball boys doing their best, I'm sure. Ball finally arrives, so we're on with play here. Only 2 minutes to go, clock restarts. China 14-7 ahead. Short one to the front. Now it's out to Wang Jianhua, who steps nicely inside Holgate. and goes in unopposed under the posts to wrap this one up for China.
Great performance. It was in a balance for 2 or 3 minutes there, Mike, mid second half, but great composure shown by China to play the clock down in that 2-minute sin bin situation, and I think now that's probably sealed the Philippines' fate.
So the next semi-final will be between Singapore and Malaysia. That'll be an interesting clash as well. Singapore were dismissed by Hong Kong. Malaysia had a tight clash against Sri Lanka. So just a minute left of this game. Nice high kick-off, and it's Ned Stevenson who's back after his red card yesterday with a run in the last few seconds of this game. China just content here to hold on to the ball, but they've been penalised, going off their feet at the breakdown. So Philippines with a chance to Holgate, tapping ahead, a bit untidy, but manages to get the ball back. Sean Lynch. Out to Kenneth Stern. Again, just looking for the space here, but it's Boheni who almost captured the ball. Little knock on though. So you'd imagine China will just reset the scrum and wrap it up till the end of the game. They showed some good management decisions in this match, especially during the yellow card period.
The combination of Sean Lynch and Stern in the mid, out on the wing, just hasn't clicked in this game, and unfortunately at critical times it's broke down. Created the first try, lost some space, but unfortunately that understanding is broken down.
Now it's Holgate who latches onto this ball, and he's shown some great soccer skills here, Gareth Holgate, to put them under pressure. But the Chinese players, casually as you like, Liu Guanzhan, the man who got the yellow card, just kicks it dead, and that will be the end of the game. So China with a victory over the Philippines in this plate semi-final, 21-7.
China 21, Philippines 7. China move through to the late final. Some thanks to our sponsors. The title sponsor, RS Components, our official partners. Pinnacle, Event Caribbean Asia, Seller, Master Wines, Hong Kong.
Do you want to do this game, mate? I'll just have a breather and then I'll get into the cup semis, yeah? Yes, of course, please. Malaysia, Singapore. Yep.
And so we move on to our second plate semi-final. Let's find out who's going to meet China in the final. Please put your hands together and go.
Thanks, Mike. Mark the diaries in the commentary, the unprofessional commentary, filling in on the odd occasions. So don't expect the high velocity you got from Mike in the last few games. But Mike's sneaking off to the bar for a cold beer. Not really, he's just having a little break so we can bring Mike back for the critical games later in the day. So, over our second plate semi-final in the men's competition. Malaysia versus Singapore. Malaysia filled in a strong, powerful unit with a couple of Fijians dominant over the first part of the tournament, and were unlucky in the semi-final, the quarter-final of the main competition earlier against Sri Lanka. Singapore being well beaten by the home team, Hong Kong, in their quarter-final. So these two teams now will scrap it out for a place in the men's plate final later in the day against the winners in the previous game, China. So we're ready, said Dewi Rowlands in the centre, keeping control of this game from Hong Kong, and we'll expect an exciting 40 minutes of rugby. So Singapore to kick off. Great take and great pressure from Singapore to push Malaysian catcher into touch. Penalty created for holding on at the ball at the touch. Good pressure by the Philippines on Singapore, not letting them settle, forcing the mistakes Great pressure, yellow jerseys on, a great step there by Singapore. Martin Butler, Singapore, a veteran of the game in Singapore, has been consistent over the last few seasons. Fine little step, showing his experience with seemingly surrounded by 3 or 4 yellow shirts, and a great little step to create a break and possibly what could have led to the opening score of the game. But Malaysia got back in numbers and have actually managed to create a turnover situation. So it's scrum and feed to Malaysia, 10 metres from their line. Critical that Singapore keep them here, put them under pressure off this play. Tough area of the game for the referees, the scrum in sevens when there's only 3 on 3, and the early push and the swiveling around, tough area of the game to be controlled. So here we go, head and feed, and there we go, straight away, penalty awarded, spinning the scrum around by the Singapore team. Early possession here from Malaysia from deep inside their half. Great little run. Singapore trying to get back in numbers to defend. Number 13, Rambili, having a huge effect and a huge influence over this performance of the Malaysian team. Out to Suku. Great little palm up by Suku. He had a huge influence in the semi-final. Sorry, the quarter-final earlier today. Linking up nicely to the young guy. Number 2, Murray, both. Lin, 18-year-old student in the Malaysian International School in his first tournament. Oh, unfortunately there, just showing a little bit of his inexperience and getting involved in the contact and turning it over at the critical time. But just picking up on Murray's both Lin's performance over the 2 days. It's great that Malaysia have found a new young international player coming through the ranks, only 18, centre in a 15-a-side game, playing up front in the 15s game, and having a great debut tournament in Hong Kong this weekend. So a great field position for Malaysia, but it's head and feed to Singapore, a chance to relieve the pressure. But the Yellows of Malaysia hoping to keep them pinned deep in their 22. Good head and feed, and there's the relieving kick from Singapore, number 6, Chang for Singapore. Not a huge clearance, just giving possession back to Malaysia, 10 metres inside their own 22. Sorry, inside the Singapore 22. Critical possession here. Scruffy at the line out. Seemed to be a closing or an infringement there. Debbie Rowlands awarding the free kick. Again, early possession from deep inside their own 22. Pressure from Lin at the contact area. Well secured and well tidied up by Singapore. Should be space on the wide outside. Again, great pressure, and yeah, the knock on coming. Debbie Rowlands awarding the knock on. So it's a scrum down. Malaysia head deep inside the Singapore 22. So it's head and feed. Ismail will feed the scrum for Malaysia on the edge of the 22. Effendi standing in the 10 slot, and I sense that if we can get the ball out to Rambili in the midfield, we'll see some fireworks. So head and feed to the gain line. Nice little wrap round between the half-backs. Rambili in, powerful player, pulling in 2, 3 Singapore players. Here's the space now created. Should be easy hands, and little show and go from number 1 for Malaysia, Sakuru, and a great opening score for Malaysia.
Number 1, Antonia Maka.
The conversion to come. It's been a long time coming. We are just over 5 minutes into this first half of the plate semi-final, the men's plate semi-final here at the Hong Kong Football Club. And Lin to attempt to add the 2 points from wide out. Unfortunately can't do so, so as we head towards the half-time buzzer with 1.5 minutes left of the half, Malaysia 5, Singapore 0. Derry Rowlands keen to get the game going. The guys taking on the water. Hydration is a huge factor here today in Hong Kong. Players keen to get water on their coaching staff, but Derry Rowlands keen to get the game going again. So Malaysia to kick off. Going for the deep kick. Yellow line moving up, putting the guys under pressure. Easy possession really to Singapore, but got to attack from deep inside their own half. Number 2, Martin Butler, taking the ball to contact for Singapore. Great little step. Back in play, the veteran of the Singapore team in great recovery tackle. A little bit of momentum here. Daniel Mark, little step there. A lovely break, and that's the fatigue. Fantastic if you keep these teams under pressure. What a great 15-meter run by number 11, Jelani for Singapore. And actually probably turning to go into the half now, with the buzzer about to sound. As a 7-pointer, you'd think, under the posts and against the runner play. It looks as if Malaysia will be going into the second half 2 points behind. So this will be the last kick of the first half, or last action of the first half. Mohamed Hussein looking to add the extra 2 points for Singapore. And there they are. So as we reach the half-time whistle of the Hong Kong Football Club in the men's plate semi-final, it's Malaysia 5, Singapore 7. Well, just looking down at the teams at half-time, conscious of repeating myself, but this weather, this heat is having a huge effect on these performances now as we approach 12:30 here at the Hong Kong Football Club in Hong Kong. Temperatures up over 35 degrees now and 90% humidity, and hopefully by the time, being biased, the local guy, being biased, hopefully by the Hong Kong team come back on, the temperature of the day will start to disappear. But tough for these teams playing around the midday sun, and all to play for second half in the semi-final of the men's plate competition. So it's Malaysia to start the second half with a score Singapore 7, Malaysia 5.
Semi-final, Singapore leading Malaysia by 7 points to 5.
So it's Ning Chang Ying to start us for the second half for Malaysia. Scrappy kickoff, trying to get control of the game. Possession now at the contact area with Singapore. A little bit of control back to it. Just sitting on the ball, you can't afford to be playing deep inside your own 22 and wrapped up by 4 yellow shirts, but the ball spewed out. Luckily for Singapore, giving them a little bit more possession and time to recover it. Great take there by number 8, Ishmael for Singapore. Lin having a huge influence in this game, a young 18-year-old kid, taking it into contact, a fantastic strength. Distributed by Hamid, and now there's some space on the wide outside. Number 3, Rambili. What a great, I think, looking at Dowie, he's awarded the try. Not sure whether he grounded it initially, but certainly was looking to get in under the posts to turn it into a 6-pointer. But some great composure shown by Malaysia there. With number 3, Tusani Lakadamu, scoring the try to take Malaysia back into the lead at 10-7 with a conversion to come. So Zawafli Zami looking to add the extra 2 points from the touchline. Yeah, no, not going to make it. So wide, so Malaysia to kick off, with Malaysia leading this match 10-7 with 2 minutes of the second half gone. Switch of play to the right hand side of the field. Young boy Lin coming up and putting them under pressure. And great play. I think we're going to see a penalty. Yeah, great play by Lin again. Up, young kid showing his enthusiasm and physicality, making the tackle, releasing the man in the tackle, and then back in and creating the penalty for Malaysia to attack and build again on this narrow lead or marginal lead they have in this plate semi-final. Love little wrap round, bringing the big runners into play. Number 12, Oldham, should have probably offloaded then to Savuku, the big Fijian, could have taken it into contact, chose to dummy, and now they're back in trouble. Great tap and go, but again, number 5 for Singapore, naively Zani taking it into contact, but has managed to get away with it, got isolated. The side entry by the Malaysian players has created a penalty for Singapore. This is probably, having watched the games and kept a close eye on Singapore and these two teams throughout the tournament, this is certainly Singapore's best performance so far, putting the Malaysians under a lot of pressure, and their coaching staff will be pleased how they've developed the young team, and they are really in this game, putting Malaysia under a lot of pressure. Both teams having recently returned from the Commonwealth Games. They acquitted themselves well with the top 7 teams in the world. But again, Singapore, great offload inside. Oh, what a great recovery. Ankle tap. Back up on his feet. And a fine score, showing composure. Afendi for Malaysia. No, sorry, got the wrong team there. Mahood. What a great try. Ankle tap, showed composure to come up off the rubber crumb carpet at the Hong Kong Football Club, often lost in contact. Some controversy, a little bit of complaints from the Malaysian team, some protection or shadowing, but Dewi Rowlands is awarded the try. So taking the score out, it's to Singapore, taking a marginal lead, 2 points with the conversion to come. Number 9, Mohammed Hossein, unable to add the extra point, so all to play for. 2 minutes left on the clock, or 2 minutes 15 left on the clock, and the score in this men's plate semi-final, Singapore 12, Malaysia 10. Always concerning you, Dewi Rowlands has just spotted an injury in full medical staff. Oh, it's not nice to see this. But in the preceding contact area, one of the Malaysian players is taken, I can't actually see which of the Malaysian players it is, he's taken a bit of a bang to the head. Hopefully it's not too bad. You can see that probably is more of a cut to the head and a clash of heads than just a little delay at the moment in play. Chance to pick up, it's all to play for. The two teams on the field now, Malaysia and Singapore, playing for a place in the plate final, with China securing their spot in the final late today with a fine win in the previous match against the Philippines. Two good teams and two prominent teams in the Asian series, but China coming out on top of that one. So we've got 2 minutes to play on the clock, all to play for. 2 points separating the teams here at the Hong Kong Football Club. A deep kick probably presenting easy possession to Malaysia. Great little step there by number 3, Lakamahu. Tongan player, been over in and residing in Malaysia for some time. Oh, and a critical mistake and good pressure. And can Singapore turn this pressure into points? Critical play. Oh, unfortunately again, fatigue, tiredness, a little knock on, a little bit more composure Singapore needed then that point. And you can see from the body language of the players, the round shoulders, the breathing heavy, the hands on the knees. It's tough conditions out there today. And but that little mistake there presents probably one last opportunity for Malaysia to use this possession effectively and to move from their own 22. Good pressure at the scrum. And a little bit messy in the corner. Debbie Rowland's just checking to see what happened, whether it was hacked through or kicked through. It looks as if it's been grounded or gone dead, ball gone dead. So it's a drop of 22 to Malaysia, all to play for. Exciting stuff. 50 seconds left on the clock. What's he going to do? It looks as if he's going to hit it long and put him under pressure. Not sure whether that's a good decision. And he has. He's gone long, giving possession, prime possession now at the line out with 45 seconds left on the clock. Singapore showing some maturity here, not looking to actually take the quick line out. They'll slow this down with 30 seconds left on the clock. If they've got any sense, they'll try and secure possession. Strange decision by Malaysia to kick it long at the 22. They desperately needed possession. It's a 2-point game. Big line out, critical line out here for Malaysia. They can secure possession with 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh yes, it's very, very crooked out the other side and picked up well by Debbie Rowlands. So it gives a lifeline at this last scrum of the game, the last play of the game, to Malaysia. Just inside the Singapore half. Singaporean, I think number 13, I cannot see his name, but it was a fantastic cover tackle, and the Singapore players diving and jumping all over each other. What a fine victory for Singapore against probably the run of play. Malaysia will be very disappointed. So it's the final whistle of the men's plate semi-final. The final score, Singapore 12, Malaysia 10. Singapore will now join China in the final of the plate of the men's competition at the Hong Kong Football Club later today.
Asia's rugby rivals facing off against each other. So please put your hands together and give a very warm welcome to our semi-finalists, Korea and Japan.
So here we go. Mike rejoins us. The real commentator rejoins us for the critical semi-finals. Welcome back, Mike. Oh, what a mouth-watering game this offers up for us. Really looking forward to this men's semi-final. Korea, traditionally top 3 powerhouse of Asian rugby in both 15s and 7s against obviously the consistent number 1s in Asian rugby, Japan. Be a real good matchup.
Yeah, Korea with a great victory over the Philippines this morning, 29-12. Japan, well, they had their moments before they beat the People's Republic of China in 1907. Really just lucky with the power and poise of Lemeki creating those 3 tries in conjunction with Tiopu. Chelpa, sorry.
And Tim Baker of Hong Kong taking charge of this game, so it'll be great to see Tim in the middle as well.
It's a nice high-hanging kick. Japan in their blue strip for the first time this tournament. Korea sticking with the white. Kim Jong-min takes the contact. Good competition at the breakdown though from Goto. Here's Jung, who's proven to be a real handful on the extremes of the field. Here's Han Kong-kyu. He gets it to Kim Kyun-young, and well, what a flyer this man is. Kim Jong-min, and he's got the pace to go over too. Oh, and he loves the spectacular dive. 5 points for the try, 9 points for the dive.
Great try by Jin Ka-min, fantastic play by Korea. What a game we've got on our hands here. Just up another level, just done the 2 semi-finals of the plate, but this competition now is just about to reach new heights.
They're really using the whole width of the field there, Korea, to stretch the Japanese defence, and having that big ball runner in Han Kong-kyu in the middle of the field, just creating some uncertainty, allowed Kim Jong-min the room he needed to go over for the initial try in this match.
It'll be interesting to see, Mike, how Japan react now. They've got some young university players in this squad. They're trying to build the depth of their squad with the world.
Beautiful kick there from Oh Yoon-kyun. And that may count later as well. He knew it was an important kick. He took his time over it. 7-0. As you say, young players in the squad.
With the World Series, I like they've brought a young squad to the Asian Series, and interesting to see how they react now to that early score by Korea.
Good work under the ball there from Goto. 24-year-old from Honda Heat. He's got one of his teammates in the Korean team, Yang Young-hyun. I'm sure we'll see him on soon. Interesting, the starting lineup that Korea have gone with. Playing Kim Nam-wook in midfield. Going with Kim Kyun-hyun as well in the pack. Probably 2 players that didn't start out in the leading teams, and Lemeki decides to muscle up, but he met the wrong man in Jang Seong-min, the 22-year-old, equal to the occasion. Kato takes the contact. Oh. Bit of judo going on there as well as some rugby from Korea. Of course, Korea always get up for this game against Japan. Lemeki getting into the thick of it, trying to help his forward pack out. A good run from Goto. Changed direction, and he pushed them into the midfield here, but no, there's a little knock on the contact. It's really fierce stuff at the breakdown, and Korea come away with it. Oh Yoon-hyun gives the ball to Han Kong-kyu, and every chance they get to smash each other to smithereens they're taking at the moment.
It's vicious out there, it's different.
Oh, there's Kim Kyun-hyun, this rapid improver, just showed his naivety there, kicking the ball, giving it away. This is Matsui, the young 19-year-old pace machine. Kim Jong-min is given up on that one. He doesn't want to let him under the post, though he has. Oh, that's could be an interesting moment in terms of the match there from Kim Jong-min. He'd given up the try and was just cutting the angle down, but Matsui, my word, he's got some pace, the young 19-year-old.
Yeah, and that's what Japan bring through, these young kids that are in a varsity, a university system in Japan. They can pluck them out of masses of player base, and a real good prospect and sharp guy. Watch him over the last couple of games.
Oh, yeah, we've seen some brilliant young players coming from Japan in the last couple of years. Fujita, Fukuoka, all making their debuts at 18, 19 years old, and my word, pace is not an issue on the outside here for Matsui, who just months ago played the IRB Junior World Trophy here in Hong Kong. Finds himself back, one of his favourite hunting grounds by the looks of it. Likes the artificial pitch.
Certainly a great surface for wingers and speedsters. But again, what you're seeing in this game already, Mike, is the difference in physicality of these teams, that they are smashing.
Oh, what a brilliant kickoff. Matsui again in play. Oh, brilliant claim of the ball. What courage there. And he's held on for a bit too long, though, I think. So Japan get possession back, and the referee allowing play to flow here, as we heard from Hugh Watkins, the
it's a
national
bit of a mess
manager.
now.
Let the game breathe, so nice play of advantage there. Baker. That was a brilliant piece of play from Korea, though, just scorching down on the ball.
Superb body on the line, commitment, diving down, putting his no fear, no fear of injuries. Fantastic play.
And I mean scorching, literally die probably, with some nasty burns on his skin there after sliding across the artificial turf. Young Yun Hyun will put this ball in. 7 points all, tied up. What drama here at the Hong Kong Football Club, the Cup semi-finals. Kim Nam-wook breaks the line, gets it back to Young. He's looking for space, but he runs away from his support. Kim Hyun, Oh Yun Hyun to Han Kong-kyu. Oh, and the runner was in front of him, but he made a nice little pass there from Han. Gave it to Kim Kyun-hyun, and this is Kim Jong-min. Building nicely here for Korea, just broke down slightly. Oh Hyun-hyun. Oh, he's broken the tackle. Gives an inside ball to Kim Jong-min, and he's flipped it up.
Superb play.
Beautiful play
Fantastic
from Korea.
sevens try.
And wow, what a startling try from Korea. 70-metre move.
Fantastic, mate. We've just seen another level of sevens rugby now. It tends to be like this in the Asian series, that you start off sleepy on day one with dominant teams, but when you come down to the quarters and semi-finals, particularly semi-finals, we start to see world-class sevens being played.
So good to see too, Korea. They had a disappointing season in their terms last year. But they're certainly back on track now with the Asian Games looming.
Certainly look that way. They've brought some new and fresh faces, a few older, more experienced players in the squad as well.
So just 10 seconds left of this half. I'm not sure if we'll get more play, but Korea are out to 14 points to 7. Let's see the replay here of the try. Oh Yun-hyu throwing a miraculous ball, and Kim Jong-min off the ground.
High risk, high rewards, Mike. You know, fantastic offloading in the contact area, and some of those passes were high risk but had to be done. And high risk, high rewards, and a lovely try under the post, and a 14-7 lead as we head towards half time.
Close this out. Unusual, they perhaps didn't kick deep to hem them in. Here's Topa. He's made his way on the field and busting straight up. Yeah, look at the strength, and he's given it to Goto. Bit of a high tackle there from Han Kong-kyu, who's known for his aggression. And Japan fanning out to the right. Took the tackle, Hano. Good physical play here from Japan too. They're backed up nicely. Topa again featuring. Hano out to the wing, Matsui. He really backs his pace, this man, and why not? Although good defence. And Kim Nam-wook, he stretched and saved a certain try. It looked like Matsui was going to glide around the outside. And he was struggling with cramp before Kim Nam-wook, but put the pain aside to make a try-saving tackle. Half-time whistle blows, 14-7 to Korea.
What a great game of sevens rugby, Mike, we're seeing. And I've got to say as well, I've got to mention him, the man in the middle, Tim Baker, a very experienced referee down in New Zealand. I think he's adding to it. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's played advantage. He's let the game flow. He hasn't blown on the first defence, and that was a classic situation where there was a potential penalty back on the halfway line, but he let the game flow, and as a result, you know, Japan nearly scored in the corner. But I think he's making this game. It's great to see this kind of refereeing in the Asian series.
So you would have been delighted with the performance of your women earlier on, Dai, with the victory over Japan.
Yeah, certainly, Mike, it's worth mentioning. Congratulations to Anna and the girls. It was a tough day for them yesterday. They didn't perform. They didn't function. They addressed some of the issues overnight, and certainly, you know, the nemesis has always been China or Japan. And indeed, not many people will know this, but it's the first final that the girls have ever reached. So I hope they don't think they've achieved what they came here to do, which is celebrate just being in the final. They now have to perform against China. But fantastic achievement. Never made a final in the history of the ladies sevens, including, you know, things like the Asian Games. So fantastic achievement in front of our home crowd later today.
Well, we saw a glimmer of hope yesterday when they played China in the semi-final. Certainly that second half of the match, they outplayed China and held the points differential they needed.
Yeah, certainly they played, and that was what Anna worked on last night. They probably committed 4 minutes of good rugby yesterday, and they won't mind me saying that, and that was in the last 4 minutes of the China game. And did get us into the semi-final and give us an opportunity to beat Japan, to take us to our first cup final. So fantastic time.
Japan assisted by Roger Randall this weekend, the ex-Super Rugby player from the Waikato Chiefs, and I believe some time in Wellington as well. So Korea restart the second half, 7 points ahead of Japan, pinning Japan close to the sideline here. Lemeki getting the ball under pressure, and here's Topa. What's he got in store? I'm sure he'll fancy his chances here, and he's got Jung, and Jung's a very strong young man, 22-year-old, and he's managed to help strip the ball from Japan here. So here's a new man, some new blood on for Korea. Yoon Tae-il. Oh, and just blowing over the top off their feet there, Jung.
They're frustrating and harsh penalties to give away as a coach, you know. The correct decision by the referee, Tim Baker, but really frustrating as a coach when you're in attack.
Here's Lemeki at first receiver. Watch for something here from the special one. Oh, he's given a lovely inside ball to Hano. Goes to Goto, and Goto continues on with it. Scramble for the line now. Brilliant defense.
Great defense again by the Koreans.
It's Young Hoon who puts his 35-year-old body on the line, quickly gets it into to Oh Yoon-gyu. Great counter-attack here, positive play from Korea. Although the ball's fallen to Lemeki. Matsui back and forth here. It's Topa who's going to be hard to stop, 2 men on him, so 3 men committed to the breakdown for Korea. Must be gaps for Japan. They're all loaded on the right here. Lemeki ducks inside, loses the ball. Well, seeing some cracks in the armour there of Lemeki, although there's a penalty here for Japan. Topa, and he'll back himself to smash over the line, and why not when you're built like that?
Yeah, the pressure had to come, Mike. It was fantastic. I think where Korea again showing a little bit of naivety, they had a chance to slow the game down in this corner, having recovered, you know, what was a potential try with a line out, and they've taken a quick one and frantic with players behind the lip ball, and Japan are always going to put you under pressure in that situation.
Well, here's a little card being played by Korea. The young flyer, Jeong Yong-sik, is on now. He's been mysteriously absent for most of the last couple of games for Korea, so maybe this pace on the outside will spark something. So it's all tied up again, and we've got 4.5 minutes left to play. And you, as a Hong Kong supporter, will be grinning about this dramatic matchup, Di. It'll take a lot out of them.
Yeah, it does, but I think at this level of the game, all these athletes on the field now, including our players, we're all full time, so with 2 and 3 hour recovery periods, it shouldn't be affecting. This is only 4th game of the weekend. So
Soniyama's on, and nice kick-off, but again a good clean catch from Korea. Oh, to Kim Nam-wook. Throws the ball. Here he is, Jeong Yong-sik. Can they cover him? He's got real pace, and always underestimated. And I don't like to say I told you so, but there you are, Jeong Yong-sik.
But he did tell us so, guys. He did tell us so.
He really is a flyer. He's actually talking to Lee Smith, the IRB technical advisor. He's compared him to Christian Cullen, the way he just glides over the ground. And those skinny little chicken legs can create some real pace.
I'd love to have a few skinny little chicken legs in Hong Kong if he can run like that. It was a fantastic try. Brilliant. You predicted it when he was brought on, Mike, 2 minutes before, and influence on the game. But the problem is we got Koreans celebrating, and 3 minutes to go on the clock.
Yes.
Long way to go in this game, particularly against a quality outfit like Japan.
Another super sub coming on for Korea, Kim Won-yong, IRB MVP back in 2009, 2010 at a few legs. So he'll be a wise old head to rely on in the last couple of minutes as old, who's played every minute of every game so far for Korea.
Great
brilliant competition in the air from Yoon Tae-il. He's really added too. That's one thing about Korea, they've added off the bench since they've come on these subs. Here they are again. Oh Yoon-hyun just stops, collects. Now he's run out of support. The Japanese player, was he the tackler? Referee says yes, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Korea play on. And outside this time it's Yoon Tae-il.
Great
3
cover
metres
tackle.
away from the line, and the assistant referee's got his flag up, so we'll play the line out, defensive line out here for Japan. They've taken it quickly. Topa, desperation, 2 minutes on the clock. Slowing it down now through Goto. He's a little isolated.
Oh, great turnover.
Yeah, and Korea get it
Oh,
in the
fantastic.
Kim Hyun-soo, the dynamic loose forward. So again, another man off the bench, and Korea playing with their 12-man squad brilliantly.
Fantastic refereeing, letting the game flow. Allowed Japan, you can see them morning, allowed Japan to take the quick line out inside their in-goal area, Mike, and now they're complaining about the turnover at the contact area. Fantastic refereeing.
There was a split second required there for Goto. Just got himself isolated, and Korea are onto it. Fraction of a second. Oh Yun-hyo has got his thumbs up. He likes that kick. So 14-point gulf now between Korea and Japan.
I think that's probably the critical score. If you've got any sense, they'll take their time now. We're just coming into the last minute. Be very surprised if Japan can score twice now in the dying minute.
Oh, with another kickoff, just pinning Japan up against. Gone too far this one. Free kick. Japan, that's not what they wanted. 50 seconds left, so Japan need to score off this play, then rush back. It's Ishizuka, new man on. Lemeki, who's really been nullified in this game. Korea have done a very great job at a part in this game. Here's the new man, Ishizuka, to the 22 now. Oh, Korea have to be careful here. Don't know what Kim Hyun-soo was thinking there.
As the clock's winding down, 20 seconds on the clock, even a score now, I think.
Well, Lemeki's through this time, but is it too late for Japan? He'll come back and take the conversion. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Time to kick. Interesting decision here, whether they kick again.
Well, they are Houdini artists, aren't they, Japan? They've done it a few times in the last year or two. Managed to escape almost impossible situations. So Korea just need to regain possession. It's up in the air and Japan will compete here. Brilliant from Korea, he's taken it well. Just the ball's a touch.
There's the touch. Oh, it's a great win by Korea, fantastic.
And the referee consults his watch and blows full time. Great performance of Boyle over here at the Hong Kong Football Club. Korea take out the victory over Japan.
Fantastic win. It was always on the cards. Korea building yesterday. Fantastic win for the Koreans. They're back at the top table in Asian rugby. And indeed, when was the last time Japan lost in a semi-final? I would have to say the same as the next game up. When was the last time Hong Kong lost in a semi-final? So maybe there's surprises along the way in the next game as well.
Next game, Hong Kong versus... Huh? Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've seen the Hong Kong women make the cup final. Now it's the turn of the men. With a record of 3 games, 3 wins and no losses, let's get ready for rugby. It's the second cup semi-final. Let's find out who'll meet career in the final. Please welcome Sri Lanka and our very own hometown heroes, Hong Kong!
Well, that was a rampaging, rousing reception for the Cup semi-final from Robbie McRobbie, Hong Kong Rugby Union's very own PA specialist.
I love the way in which he described this as a boxing. 3 wins, well, 3 games, 3 wins, no submissions.
Yeah. So tail of the tape here is probably Hong Kong with physical capacity over the Sri Lankans up front, although starting again with Houston on the bench and a relatively young forward pack. Looks like Coverdale, Lee Jones and Woodward. Against Sri Lanka, who obviously have shown some pace out wide, this young Wilwara. He's certainly a player to watch, and he'll be matched up against Tom McQueen, so a real challenge for McQueen.
Certainly, yeah, they'll be aware of it, Mike. And but the critical area now as we kick off is this possession off kick-off. The area that Hong Kong is focused on.
Hong Kong playing Sri Lanka for the right to face Korea in the final of this first leg of the Asian 7 series. The Sri Lankan managed to get possession until the first breakdown, and now Hong Kong have stolen it. And watch them take this ball away. Lee Jones to Hood. Hood steps inside. Lovely move to Hood. Gets the ball to Squeak. Lee Jones. And he squeaks over. Oh no, he didn't stretch. I thought he was there. But lays it up nicely for Tom McQueen. Mutu Tantri has him though. Gets to his feet as well and creates real pressure over the ball. But putting the weight on his hands, and it's Tom McQueen. Really close to first blood here for Hong Kong.
Egos. Actually, he's just been distributed by Tom. I'd have to dispute the penalty because I don't see the boys of the Sri Lankan boys are back 10 metres, no way, 2 or 3 metres, and this is the frustration about this now. Oh, well, Tom should have shown composure.
And we'll play on, and Sri Lanka take it into touch. And an outlet for the pressure there from Hong Kong. It was a good start from Hong Kong. They stole the ball at the first breakdown. And Sri Lanka taking their time to get here to this line out. Just want to slow down the intensity, take the crowd out of the equation. Pretty wise stuff from Sri Lanka as they move slowly to this line out. Lots of young players for Sri Lanka, including this Nigel Ratwate, who will throw the ball into the line out. Really coming into their own, the young Sri Lankans. Damapala can't take the line out though. But Villaratna snatches it. He's held up though and drives forward, and it's Alex McQueen who's got the ball in his hands.
Great pinch by Lee Jones in at the contact area.
Out the back, Vati gives it to the throng of Hong Kong players. Alex McQueen stepping from the Hong Kong players. A real feature in the first 2 minutes of this match. Vati, who just probes and commits defence. Here's the matchup. Tom McQueen versus Wilvara. Round 1 to Tom McQueen. And through he goes.
Great footwork.
And Wilvara gets back. But he's got downward pressure on the ball, and that's the opening try for Hong Kong.
What was hugely significant there, Mike, for Tom McQueen. He's never going to take Wilvara on the outside. He stepped inside him, took him out of the equation, but the little fella got back and nearly made a try scoring tackle in the in-goal area. But great matchup and great prospects in the next 7 or 8 minutes.
Just be interesting to see if Sri Lanka can get the ball out to him. Found it hard at the set piece there. Relying on a lot of young forwards in this tournament, the Sri Lankans. Hood with a conversion, and as we know, in knockout semis like this, the kicking is so important, and he makes the conversion. 7 points to 0. Hong Kong leading after 3 minutes.
Composure's the name of the game, not entering into the wide, frenetic game that Sri Lanka like to play. Control contact area, set piece, win your kickoffs. Easy game really, Mike, when I'm in the commentary box.
Hood to restart. Tantri and Damapala get underneath it, but again it's untidy. They can't secure the ball. So Alex McQueen driving forward. Woodward out to Hood. And Hood again just showing exemplary footwork. Woodward, was he grasped before he got the ball? Marija was on his back pretty quickly. Now Sri Lanka need to get out of this area, but they can't. It's beautiful driving play from Hong Kong. It, hands on the ground is what the referee's saying. I think just to take
gets
the
frustrating.
weight.
Contact area 1, got the momentum, turned the ball over.
So Damapala takes it forward. Sri Lanka yet to get out of their half in the first 4 minutes of this match. Tantri was taking the tap and just looking for his options. Marija. Oh, and there was a hand in there. The player knock on, wasn't on purpose. Hood just wrapping his arm around the body to make the tackle. Oh, and again, taken out, coming back. Oh, he's given the penalty for the knock on. Well,
yeah, I got to agree with you, Mike. It was a really tough decision. Hoodie trying to come in, Jamie Hood trying to come in and just make the tackle. Some strange decisions already in the first 4 minutes of this game.
Well, the referee's calling it as he sees it, Di.
And there's a biasness in me as a Hong Kong had a performance that frustrating after the quality of Tim Baker in the last game. But already you're seeing some mistakes in the front.
Rodwate to take this tap. Marija has missed out. Damapala. Patirana as well in there. Tantri just finding it hard to crack this defensive line from Hong Kong, and as a ruck formed, very untidy as people on the ground there. Could perhaps deserve to be penalised there, but it's Marija who takes it away to Wara. Away he goes, screaming, he gets the jets on. Has Alex McQueen got the pace? He's dragged him down by the shirt.
Oh, fantastic.
Marija.
Fantastic cover tackle.
Dropped the ball open, and they will live to rue that one, and Marija knows how important that was.
Great cover tackle by Alex McQueen, showing that the full-time contracts are working with the guys in terms of that extra yard. You'd have bet the Sri Lanka going in the corner lane, but great cover tackle.
So approaching the last minutes of this first half, and Hong Kong ahead 1-0. They'll get the scrum here, 10 metres out. The hero there, Alex McQueen, to put the ball into the scrum. It's a penalty.
Again, some maturity being shown here. That was a tough call. Hong Kong got away with that cover tackle. It's not time to tap and go. It's time to bring it back to the line out. Give the guys 30 minutes of recovery and build from this line out. Maturity that we wouldn't have shown 2 years ago, Mike.
So Sri Lanka need to attack this line out, but McQueen's up. Secures it nicely. Hood to Vati. Tom McQueen waits. In fact, it's an inside ball to Hood, who tries to draw Vilvara in. Vilvara comes over and captures Tom McQueen. Jones to Hood.
Getting a bit of pace out wide here with...
Yeah, here's Woodward. Coverdale, who was seen on the right flank quite a lot during this tournament, and good work from Woodward, showing strong palms. And Sri Lanka Sri Lanka debating with the referee. The referee let him away with that. So play continues.
Pick and go. Big play here.
Woodward out. They've got
easy meet for should be easy. And forward pass. Forward pass, yes. Indicative of Rowan Varty's passing technique. It's happened to us on a number of occasions. I could see it coming off. Unfortunately, Rowan putting a forward pass to Tom McQueen. I've seen that so many times over the last 4 or 5 years.
7 points to 0.
So 7-0 at half time.
I mean, am I wrong?
So welcome back to second half action here in the Cup semi-finals. Korea with a boil over, defeating Japan, and Hong Kong ahead 7 points to 0 at half time. Sri Lanka will be determined to score first here in the second half.
Yeah, certainly ought to play for Mike.
Kong.
Should have been a 14-point turnaround.
Here comes Shing on.
So we're ready to go the second half of this cup semi-final.
Give Tom McQueen a break by the looks of it.
Tom's run himself into the ground.
That's gone out in the full, so that's not a good start for Sri Lanka, and the perfect one for Hong Kong. They're just taking their time to get to this tap penalty. Free kick. In fact, Varti's kicked the ball out. And then kicked the ball inaccurately over the halfway. Obviously slowing play down. A little bit of showmanship here from
Singh
Hong
my
Kong.
bet out wide. Little dummy play. Break to the right. Come back to the left.
Amak to Hood and Lee Jones. A centre in 15s, and big strong man pushes them off. Here's Marija, the don't argue, and Woodward to Hood. Alex McQueen just had to check himself in his stride there.
Oh,
and there's a floater of a pass out to Varti. Varti stationed on the wing, and a good determined run from him. Popped the ball. It was meant for Coverdale, but Sri Lankan got in the way there. And now it's Sri Lanka's chance to turn this one around. And chip and chase. Alex McQueen running a bit of interference across the face of Dhammapala. I don't think Dhammapala was very happy with the interference there. Alex McQueen running a very crafty line there across the face of Dhammapala.
Just lacking a little bit of composure, Mike. The Hong Kong guys, who had 2 or 3 golden opportunities to score, and just 10 metres out saw it with Rowan forward passing, and unfortunately again then tired. Inside shoulders open up, and he's attacked the inside shoulder of the Sri Lankan number 12 and exploited it superbly well with 2 minutes of the second half gone.
That's the breathing space that Hong Kong needed.
Some great tactical substitutions going on as well at half-time by Gareth Baber, the Hong Kong coach, and again bringing the whole old stability head of Nick Houston, a 15s captain and 7s captain of the past, on to stabilise and to show a bit of maturity.
Hood with the conversion, and it's 2 converted tries to none for Sri Lanka. Hong Kong very much in control of this game. So Sri Lanka.
See now Tomasi Lawa on the touchline as well. Another injection of freshness coming on from Gareth. Be interesting to see who he replaces. Probably Michael Coverdale, who's had a fine first tournament as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old player in the Hong Kong junior setup.
Hood to restart, and Amak underneath it, and Varti snaps it back to Lee Jones. Hood really in control of this game. Hong Kong showing the goods. Yukom Shing though gets smashed by Chaturanga, who's on the field. Talking of wily old veterans, Chaturanga
space out on the wide outside here.
Alex McQueen will draw the defence, in fact runs another inside line, and Coverdale lurking outside, but again just found wanting as far as hands go. And well, he'll learn
Just had to take my headphones off there, Mike, just to vent a bit of frustration from that last play.
Lauer's on for Coverdale, as predicted by Di Reese. Head of high performance.
We should be able to say, Hong Kong being should have put 3 or 4 tries home. Up to now, great pinch by Alex McQueen at the line out.
Lee Jones and Varty, who's had a good game. Changes direction, and Lauer, with his first touch of the match, does well. Dragged down eventually by Pereira. Varty's there in support again. He's been very busy today. Hewson is captured by a man who may have been offside. No, it's called on. Lava gets it out to Hood. Hood with loads of time on the pitch. Real influence here for Hong Kong. So a penalty against Hong Kong, and Sri Lanka's chance to peg one back. Here's Vilvara, who's been reasonably quiet. Hong Kong kept him under wraps. Ratwate runs to the line quickly, and
great pressure by the Hong Kong team in the contact area, turning the ball over.
It's Patirana, and you just see that under this red-hot atmosphere, the Sri Lankan young forwards finding it hard to be dominant here. And here's Chaturanga. Nice inside step, beats Hood. Looks like he'll go all the way.
No, Alex
McQueen again with another cover tackle.
Alex McQueen has been absolutely magnificent.
Yes.
He saved us twice with his
Houston's
chasing
back
back and some composure. Now we go P2P.
Yu Kam Sheng loping along, and Marija managed to capture him quite easily. But again, credit to Alex McQueen. Chaturanga looked like he was going to score the try that Sri Lanka needed, but just tied up badly there in the last 10 metres.
Got to say, Mike, probably that chase back by Alex McQueen has given Hong Kong the victory in the semi-final. If they'd have scored then, minute and a half to go, scored, but a huge play.
So yes.
Still all to play for, but what a great chase back. It would have given the Sri Lankans at least a minute and a half to build to scoring again. Now they've still got to score twice.
Lee Jones and Alex McQueen off now. So some fresh legs in the pack. Kato Lee as well coming on. Marija. Well, that's a pass to nobody. It's pretty poor, just indicative of the pressure that Sri Lanka are under.
Just looking down at Gareth Baber in the dugout, reminiscent of diaries for the last 5 years. He's pacing up and down. He's breathing, taking deep breaths. He can't stay still. It's great he's been part of his first Asian series, and it's great to see that the passion still exists, and that we'll...
Kato Lee being lifted sky high, and good clean ball for Varty and Yu Kam Sheng. Goes on the outside this time at Vilvara. Ties him up. If they can spread it wide here, there's a chance for Nick Hewson to show how much pace he's got on the outside. Lava doesn't trust Hewson on the outside. They go for the breakdown instead. So here's Ranjan, who's
still a pride in,
surprisingly hasn't had much time on the pitch today.
Still a pride in keeping the score to 0, and as a result,
Kato Lee with Vilvara to beat. Good scrambling again from the young winger. But there's too many men in attendance for Hong Kong.
Great play, guys. Great play by Hong Kong.
Try on the buzzer for Hong Kong's Jack Kapong.
So a good strong victory here for Hong Kong. The kick to come. And Jamie Hood, surprised he's spent 14 minutes out in the midday sun?
There's some players that you have to leave on the field for these critical semi-finals, and without a doubt, Jamie is required to be on it to control the game. Fantastic.
So a great victory for Hong Kong, 21 points to 0 over Sri Lanka, and they will face Korea in the final later this afternoon at 5:30. Good performance from Hong Kong.
Yeah, Mike, if I can pick that up again, you know, we've together been around a long time, but that's the first time that a Hong Kong-Japan final hasn't been, I think, on a series for probably 3 years. So it's great for the game, and great that we're in it, obviously, but showing that the strength of Asian Sevens rugby is growing. So too real, and history being made with two Hong Kong teams in both the women's and men's final for Hong Kong. It's a fantastic day.
So some real showdowns coming up in the next 4.5 hours here at the Hong Kong Football Club. We'll have finals in the Bowl, Plate and Cup competition. Lots of playoffs for odd-numbered positions in the men's competition, and also finals in the
very happy rugby.
women's competition as well, as we listen to
semi-finals
Danny
against a
Hood.
team like Sri Lanka. They've got some great rugby 7 players there. Fast-flowing rugby, but really happy to be in the final.
You must be a bit surprised to be facing Korea rather than Japan.
No, we've seen Korea training all week. We've seen the results against other teams. They're a good outfit, and hopefully we'll get the result with them in the final.
Best of luck in the final, Jamie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now